Donald Trump was freaking out over the weekend after the Washington Post reported that a lot of his staffers, including a lot of higher up staffers and some of his buddies over in the Senate, have been pretty annoyed with him and his tweets. They think that he has, quote, crossed the line. And the Washington Post spoke to 26 White House aides, advisors, lawmakers, and others involved in the response. Donald Trump on Sunday was telling us, this is fake news. They didn't talk to anybody. Nobody was there. This is nothing's true. Well, it is true. They did talk to people. And you did, in fact, cross the line with your tweets that you're still sending out as of this morning. Some of the people that they talked to were Kellyanne Conway. One of the people they talked to was Lindsey Graham. And according to the report, both of these people happen to say that, no, Mr. Trump, your tweets crossed a line. But it's nothing for these people, Kellyanne or Lindsey Graham, to say like, I don't necessarily agree with what he tweeted, but I'm just going to support him anyway. It's the staffers where this is pretty much a bigger issue, right? Because how many times over the last 2 years have we had to sit here and do stories about Donald Trump's staffers? The average people working in the office. Maybe they're getting copies for him. Maybe they're just, running errands or whatever it is. But there are staffers and they absolutely hate the man. But unfortunately, and this is another great example of it with this story, they're not willing to do anything about it. Now, they already know, because stories have come out telling this over the last 2 years, they really can't find jobs anywhere else. So working in the Trump administration is not helping them to get a better job in Washington, D.C. if they want to stay in the political arena. Staying with this man, working for him at all in any capacity, is career poison. But they're doing it anyway, even though they hate it. They hate the things he says on Twitter. They think he's crossed a line. They think he's gone too far. They think he's disgusting. But they're not going to stand up to him. They're not going to quit their jobs. They're not going to do anything about it. So what's the point? I guess is my point. Why do we have to keep seeing these stories? Oh, Trump staffers are so upset with him, but they'll do nothing about it. Oh, poor Trump staffers, staying longer with Trump is preventing them from getting jobs in the future, but they won't quit. I don't have sympathy for these people anymore. I really don't. And I think back, the first segments we were doing 2 years ago on this, where I said, I feel really sorry for these people. Yeah, that's gone. And it's not coming back. At this point, you know exactly who Donald Trump is. You know exactly what his beliefs are about non-white people. And if you choose to continue to work there, if you choose to continue to be a part of it, or if you apply for a job there, you are not only condoning it, but you yourself are embracing it. In other words, you own it. You own this. You have an option. You always have the option of walking away. You could tender your resignation and walk out that door and be off the property in less than 10 minutes. And then it's done. Then it's behind you. Then maybe it's not going to be career poison for you when you go out there and tell your future employer, listen, yeah, I thought it'd be a good thing to work in the White House. Turns out I was working for Wacky McNutt job, and I decided I couldn't take it anymore. I wasn't going to stand for this, and I stood up, told him no, and I walked out, because that's the kind of stand-up person I am. Yeah, that's going to help you get a job. But going into an interview and saying like, yeah, I worked for him, and yes, I've seen the tweets. Yeah, I know. What could we do though? The person doing that interview is going to say, well, thank you very much for your time. You'll hear from us, right? You have a choice. And if you're choosing to stay, then you're choosing the life of hate. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.